So we make our way into the inner chambers of the Drugar. Those that have learned the artificer ways and have grown them more than anyone else in the realm have truly adapted their outpost into a mechanical marvel using the innate magical properties of themselves and other creatures in the Underdark. They've been able to create great things, including this chamber for their leaders. When you step into this place, you all have also learned a great deal about runes from the dwarves who mastered it from the few giants that were left. And in this circle, you are empowered by the ones that are standing from you from these lines. So it does heal you completely, and it recharges your spells.
Nice.
So they infuse magic into you using this type of almost like gear. Instead of a circle, they call it a gear casting.
Okay.
Your oldest advisor stands before you by themselves. So it says, "My lord, it's like we are pleased that we were able to that you were able to make it. We really didn't have much doubt that you would make it, but we did send out parties trying to make sure that nothing ill befits you. We apologized for not completing that task."
I'm here. My charges are here, so we're okay. So what news do you have?
So far in one of the outer quadrants, we have engaged a troop of these paladins of the Seven. They move in groups of 7, my lord. And they are quite effective. We have been able to hold off any casualties of our kind, but many of our clockwork soldiers have been damaged. We have tried to recover the parts of them, but it seems that the paladins know that we want our beings, and they have been collecting our materials from the clockwork beings. We feel that they're targeting them just as much as they are us.
Very unfortunate. What else?
We have asked the Drow to see if they can find out any information with their spy network on the uppers, to see if any of our mechanical cousins can be found.
Okay.
How would you wish us to proceed with the defenses?
Is it just one vector they're coming in on, or are they trying to enter the air kingdom through multiple?
So far, they seem to be content to try to cut us off. But those in their paladin order do not seem to be hiding in any way. But we feel that there might be shadows amongst their ranks that are trying to infiltrate quietly by the brightness the paladins shine with their loudness and brashness. While they are giant cans of tin in poor armor. As we've seen, the dangers that they can inflict, it does not matter their armor or their steel that they use it with, but they still do it nonetheless.
I tell Tony to bring the leader of the tieflings in here and share that intelligence with them.
Okay. So do you want the leader of the tieflings to sit in on the war council? So all right. So I'll say he gets him and he brings him in.
Okay.
Then he's back there with you with these armed guards.
Okay. So we share the intelligence. See if they have any insight as to how to stop the shades or the shadows that maybe work in conjunction with the paladins.
You're asking the tieflings? The tiefling? It says that they might have a very good rogue that could scout any possible ways that they would work into this place. That rogue could work with your people to try to shore up easy ways that an infiltrator could come in.
Okay. See if this rogue is made helpful in all ways, and assign someone to.
Yeah, because they'll need someone to go around because they don't know the place as much just to go through.
So I give the order for that to happen.
Okay. So when do you wish that to start?
Now.
Okay. So
as soon as the rogue is
capable.
Is capable.
Right. So they'll go through and he'll go get the rogue and they'll start trying to work with you all to make sure that at least it's not easy to get in.
Also ask him to put any traps or early warnings that he would see fit.
Okay.
Hello. So right now, how many of our clockworks do we have still in good working condition?
So the conflict started, a little less than almost a day ago at this point, and we're down. We're down to 70% of our normal forces. It's like we have received word from above. We've lost many. Of course, one is too many. But for the first time, we are fewer than 100 in the kingdom. Upon last report, we don't know if anyone, over dark is even left alive at this point.
Well, I did have the intelligence from our Professor Clockwork that none survived in the school.
It's like we are trying to confirm the best we can that there are no hostages being held by the paladins above, but they also have not really been forthcoming in prisoners. Everything has been left to see that if they have someone, they generally leave the body hewn on the ground.
Can I maneuver the cube into the entryway that they're using?
You can ask them to. So if there's any people that are good at animal handling or other stuff, you you already know that there's a spider den that sort of protects them in a way, and there's some dangers. And there's several cubes in there.
Might we entice or wrangle the gelatinous cubes into the entryways the paladins are using?
Well, so we must be careful because we also use things in and out too with our passageways, but we are probably more well versed in dealing with the cubes and the oozes than the topsiders.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we are ready for a siege. We can hold out
So
eons if necessary. They are the visitors here. This is our home. And do we currently have any emissaries to the Blink Queen?
It's like no. It's like per the treaty. It's like we do not go in her realm, and she keeps her children out of ours. But luckily, the treaty does not say that we have to keep others out of her realm, and that she would probably be quite mad if we would keep things out. If you were, but that is one area that we might be able to try to wrangle them into.
Draw up a plan on how you would reroute the attackers into that kingdom.
Okay,
area.
Do an intelligence roll to aid him in giving him little details.
15.
Okay. So you give him the basis what's in your head, so he'll go through that. So one of the advisors says, like, my lord, you must rest. You've been going for a long time. I said, we will again shore up unless you have any final suggestions for us, and then we will convene once we know more. Like the Drow are trying to keep us as informed as we can, and the Neocomms are giving us information the best we can. So why don't you actually rest before you pass out from exhaustion?
Has there been any communication from Professor Clockwork before I retire?
No, but supposedly we did hear that a train escaped full of additional tieflings and then some other students that got to the Drow Kingdom.
Okay, excellent. Okay. I will take my rest, and we will reconvene in a few hours.
Okay. So over a couple of days, the paladins are still doing things. There are quite a few paladins underground. You hear reports of the city. The district of the Seven has been engulfed with a line around, and it has continued to do. Whoever the leader of the paladins, whatever this moment is, has agreed to not conduct operations against the people of Hupshan outside their district in the city of Hupshan or the Drow city.
So we're left out in the cold.
The treaty did not include you all, but it has said the cities. So if you leave the cities, then apparently you are in danger. They did not the Queen of the Drow did say that they were trying to get you included, but after that they cut off communications after they got the first draft. So they've not been able to speak. And this was super fast. This was like the first day. So like you find this out the next day because that was happening on your day of escaping.
Mm-hmm.
So on the third sunrise, after the death of the shepherd that you saw, they come. I guess you're on out the daytime schedule. We'll say that because that's how they operate. So you're sort of doing their operations now. So you get up and your people come and they tell you something has happened, and they get you up and ask you to come to the war room.
Okay.
So you come. So you come to the war room. And they're like, the gods have struck them down, sir. It's like their great cathedral, the one that you told us about that you were in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that you told your advisor what you saw. After so many days, it's like the Underdark swallowed it, sir. Their cathedral is in the Underdark. The ground opened up and swallowed it.
Okay. Were there losses, or
it's like we don't know. We've not. It's like this is just the information we're getting from above. It's like it is too far for us to send anyone right now. Do you wish for us to send someone to the cathedral?
Let me contact Professor Clockwork to see what intel they can provide before we send anyone.
Okay.
So I'll try to contact.
All right. So you get a hold of Clockwork, and he'll tell you that it is true. On the third morning, the ground just gave way and dropped. They were not sure. They didn't know if it was destroyed or not, but there's a giant hole where that was in the center where they didn't do it. So the school didn't do it, and neither did the Drow are saying that they didn't do it. There's no sign. Supposedly the Deep Dragons did it for putting their followers in danger.
Okay. Does he trust that intel, or do you think it's something that they did to gain more access to the Underdark?
He believes that the Deep Dragons are taking credit. The great dragon god Elder that the Drow worship has freely said this is retribution for killing the many Drow that worship her.
Okay.
So,
do you have any intel on survivors or deaths for them at all from the cataclysm they've experienced?
So far, they're still trying to gather numbers, but it's a casualty of the school, but not in death. Is a lot of students have resigned, and they have now left the school.
Okay. Talked back to my chancellor. Has there been an increase or decrease in the attacks we have seen?
It's like no. Right now it seems like there are paladins just walking. If we don't attack them first, they don't. It's like they've not attacked us unless we attack them first. Of course, we're being very careful too, but
we're not letting them gain additional access.
It's not that we can tell.
Okay.
But they seem to be cutting off a lot of foot traffic to where can't get to the Drow back and forth very easily.
Okay. Has Clockwork heard from the Drow?
So he doesn't talk directly. He's just telling what he's been told. Like I said, he said that the Queen had received access, but the only thing Clockwork can tell you is apparently there's some hoodoo that the prince is either missing or been disowned or disemboweled.
The Drow prince?
Yes. So that's most of the talk when it comes to the Drow right now.
Was he in the school, or is he? Well, I've known him from the school. Okay.
But that's a lot of talk right now. There's a period of mourning that the Drow are doing with the loss of the prince.
Okay. Do the paladins parlay at all, or do they just still roam around?
And it's like, rumor is, again, if they see anyone that is considered undesirable, they will try to kill them.
Okay.
But there's been no deaths in any of the cities or no attacks as long.
Okay.
But no one knows what's happening inside the District of the Seven. But outside the district in the cities, like, there's been nothing reported. But right now they have mostly your clockwork beings, and usually there's like one. Say you got one going to make sure that they're okay and take care of them and mending and working on them.
Okay.
But they're not actively trying to go attack the paladins. They're just sort of watching and they're going. Your advisor tells you that he thinks they're maybe looking for something.
Okay. I relay this to Clockworking to see if he has any ideas.
So, Clockwork's going to take the information and say again, like the paladins are not being active up there. But again, they literally guard up anywhere there's a knight of Hupshan. There's one of their paladins through. So they don't want anyone into the District of the Seven, and they're not really trying to come out either. But they don't stop them either. They just can't conduct their people can come in and out freely. That's the rule. So, but if you dare go in there, then you abide by their law. You come out, they have to abide.
Okay.
But Clockwork does find it a little concerning now. It's like they apparently, they were already out waiting for whatever this happened. They were already in the Underdark apparently, but now they have access to the Underdark inside of Hubstein itself. And as far as Clockwork knows, no one's been near the shell. They don't know if it's destroyed or not, because a lot of people seem to think it's cursed and not necessarily a good thing.
Okay. Right now, just observe and.
It's like, how aggressive shall we be? If they're not attacking, do we try to push our lines out?
If they are not guarding the lines, the ground they have already gained, definitely push our lines out.
So contest and okay.
So if they're not actively, in a 15-foot section, we ease on up.
All right. So now we're going to jump like a month.
Okay.
So you all have been going back and forth. Use your intelligence to see how well you've been going back and forth with them.
17.
Okay. So you're down to about 60% of your clockwork, but that's not awful. In a month, you've only lost 10% more of your troops.
Mm-hmm.
They're still down here. You're not actively engaging, but at this point now, they're spread out a little bit more. You're not really gaining ground, but you're not really losing it. It's almost like you're being held in.
Siege. Okay.
But the big news is apparently something has happened at the school.
Okay.
So, something was seen that has not been seen in a long time. Apparently, a demon appeared at a ceremony at the school.
Okay.
And hurt the headmaster.
How bad?
It's like no one seems to have seen the headmaster. It's just word is that the headmaster was damaged and injured by this demon. And at this point, the school itself has less than 100 students left in it.
For a dreadful calamity has befallen him.
These are the details that come out officially. So, of course, if you want to try to holler at Clockwork and get more details, you can.
Okay, yeah, I'll see what Clockwork has to say about that. If I can contact him.
All right, so Clockwork comes through. He says, "Yes, we've had some issues. We discovered a traitor in the next expedition. Because one of your classmates murdered the leader of the next expedition, and killed him. He was actually a paladin of the Seven, but he had not committed any crimes, and he was murdered by a tiefling, one of your classmates. It's like we were holding trials, and one of the paladins that's your classmate gave up his armor of the Seven, and there was a demon inside of it, and it tried to pierce the headmaster.
Is the headmaster okay?
It's like he's recovering. It's like
is there any spiritual damage to the headmaster?
It's like we don't know. He's very private. He has a visible cracked scar on him, but apparently there was a spiritual duck that was killed that turned out to be some type of deity that helped us rid the demon.
Okay.
Oh. Hey, stranger.
Hello.
So. Yeah, it's a mess. So just find space anywhere. So things seem quite dire. Oh, half the students left, and when the demon struck, he was able to steal another 30 souls, apparently. Word is there's about 70 students left.
When is the next expedition?
This will delay it from what we understand, but they were preparing. Your stuff's probably over here. They were preparing to leave soon, so this is why this is such a big blow.
Is this my classmates leaving?
It's the one before you.
Okay.
You can move that for you. Supposedly they're trying to conduct some trial for this murder.
Who's conducting the trial?
The headmaster apparently is doing something tomorrow.
Okay.
It's like we we can keep you informed if you wish.
Please do.
Of the trial. So of course you have a day. So do you so the next day you come up and through the trial. Clockwork says that we've gathered in the trial, and this is a trial of a couple students. This, apparently one of the students has murdered people, and the other one is on trial for murdering the head of the next expedition, and that that Dante is leading the defense. So it is closed off, but they will send you reports.
Yes, please.
Once it's done. So I said, hopefully within an hour we will tell you who's left, or the verdicts.
Okay.
So you wait. So do you try to contact anyone during the time, or?
Yeah, I will holler at Pepper, see if I can get a hold of her to see what's going on with her.
Okay. Well, see, apparently she's in the trial. She's in there. She's a witness in the trial.
Okay.
I said it's a long wait. So it's like, is there anyone that you want to try to?
I will try to reach out to the leadership of the Drow to see if I can get a hold of them.
Okay, so I will say that you can get to them.
Okay. I'll ask about the updated treaty.
All right. So it's so you do get a hold of Queen Cora. She says that the paladins still are not. They are honoring their original treaty, but they will not speak to anybody. And sadly, everyone agrees that they're afraid if they go inside of the District of the Seven, it would just be bloodshed. Needless bloodshed. But they still keep trying to send couriers in with amendment, trying to include several places, including you all.
Do you have any thoughts or intelligence on why they chose not to include the Durgard?
So they it's just they sent the initial treaty, and we agreed to that, and we said we had some other things, and it was cut off.
Okay. What do you have any idea why they didn't include us to begin with?
So we were trying to get all districts, all civilized districts or whatever, and they came back with their final proposal, and that's what they've done.
Okay. I want an insight to see if I can figure out why the evasive language is being used. Of course, it's a -1. 9.
The religion is a strange thing. I do not know this young religion very well, but I've even had my own people seduced by it, and they have now paid the price.
Understood. Well, I'm glad that you all are safe. I share that they're just kind of milling around right now, not actively attacking us. I do order us to make bulwarks, defensive positions in all entryways where we have stations at right now. But hang up with her, I guess, and just wait on the results of the trial.
Okay. All right. So you wait a little bit, and so it turns out that you get a message. You're waiting for trial, and you get a message from Clockwork. So Clockwork informs you that the trial is over, and that the headmaster has stepped down. So the headmaster has revealed that he has allowed certain things to happen that is for the greater good and knowledge, but he feels that it is not appropriate to be the headmaster anymore. And that he's going to dedicate his time to keeping the bubble stable. By his own words, that the bubble is failing, and that does not have much time, and he feels that he can give the rest of his energy to keep it up for hopefully up to 2 more years.
Okay.
And that he is resigned immediately.
Where is he residing at now?
He's going to conduct a ritual to give himself to the bubble, his energy.
Where is this ritual going to take place?
So, apparently on the lake behind Ronau.
How close is that to the district that's set up?
It's the lake that you floated off.
Okay. Who will replace the headmaster?
So there will be a vote amongst the current faculty.
Who has expressed interest?
It's like it does not matter. There will be a vote amongst the leadership of all the teachers that are left, and supposedly both queens will have a say.
Okay, very well.
Clockwork tells you that he will not accept it if he's voted into it.
Okay. I will wait on further news.
Okay. So the next day, reports come down and says that after all the chaos and everything that's happened, and the announcement of what the headmaster has done, there are less than 30 students left in the school. They also found out, they revealed that that some of the students were prepared to sabotage the expedition that was leaving, and this was uncovered in the trial.
What students?
The upperclassmen. The upperclassmen, and that they were like your class, my lord, was able to dig out some of the information of this.
Good.
But we have reports that some of them have disappeared. Some of your classmates it's like they were seen going into the dark wood, a place that they say a hag resides. So one that is not active, but a dark being that grants dark wishes for dark prices. You only seek her out.
Okay. I will again try to contact Pepper and see what she's up to.
So the only thing you're going to get a hold of Pepper, and she's going to inform you that the hag has Dante, and that they're trying to save a soul from the hag that was bartered with by accident, and they have to go kill a deep dragon. They're not sure how they're going to do it, but they're heading now to speak to the dragons, the deep dragons.
Okay. Why do you have to kill a deep dragon?
It's either that or kill 5 beings and give the souls to the hag in exchange for it. So
So you're going to ask the dragons to sacrifice one?
But we don't know. Luckily we have Joe with us, who says he knows the dragons.
Okay.
So they're not really sure what they're going to do.
Okay. Well,
so
is there anything I can do from here to aid you?
Just pray that our fate is to survive. Okay. So that was yesterday. You've not heard anything else from the students.
Okay.
None of them have made it back to school that you know of. So that's the next day. The day after, you hear that Don made his way back to school.
What's his story?
That they went back to the hag, and the hag, he said he wasn't with them. He just joined up with them, and apparently this old lady who didn't seem to cook very good completed a bargain, and they went to find Dante, and he appeared back at school, but he wasn't part of the deal.
Okay. So I will try to contact the classmates again to see if I can raise anybody.
Okay. So you can't get a hold of anybody. So Don's the only one that you can get a hold of.
All right, I'll contact Dawn and try to find out. Ask where they were heading the last time they were together.
It's like the hag. The last thing he remembers, the hag did this big flash, and he was standing in front of the gates of the university.
Okay. Did the other students say anything about their plans?
That he said they completed it, and they said they were going where Dante was, and that was the deal. And something about some spirit appearing in front of John that said it was his wife or something. He said, I don't know. I don't really understand romance. And I don't pay attention.
I'm going to check for deception. So insight on deception.
Insight.
17.
All right. Well, Don is sort of an idiot, so he doesn't really pay much attention. So he's a little clueless. But he doesn't seem. Now I will say, when you contact him through the neocom, you do notice that his face is branded with, like, half of his face is branded with a cut duck. Like that was on his Paladin crest. Mm-hmm. He's no longer wearing armor or anything either. He's got a giant brand across half his face.
Okay. So no deception, just ignorance.
Yes.
Okay.
You're not very smart. Okay. So you can keep contacting. I want to tell you now that you can contact up to a month, and they're still not back up to a month.
All right. Should I assume they have left or attempted to leave the bubble?
I will say that maybe you think that.
Okay.
Like if you want to think that, you can think that, but there's no reports of them.
Okay. The neocom is like a tracker also too, correct?
Inside the bubble, it seems to work.
All right.
And you can't like, I figured in a month's time you've tried to get up, but they've never answered back.
Okay. Is there a way to find out where those neocoms are?
Mm-mm. At least that they keep telling you that no.
Okay.
Like, Clockwork tells you no. So at this point, is how much have you been looking at those books?
I've been trying to go through my.
All right, so let's do an intelligence check and see how well that they've been going.
18.
Okay, so it's pretty good the first month. So you're starting to get a handle on this. But whatever this is, it's big.
Okay.
So because you're like, scaled down, this wouldn't be very good. Because there's not like dimensions, but scaled up would be
usable.
Quite large.
Okay.
So at this point, technically, that's just it. There's more time, but that's yet to be determined the rest of the time. So what do you want to do with your how your people are doing? You are losing your mechanical people if you engage.
Okay.
Do you continue to try to expand out lost ground?
No, I said put bulwarks up where we're at
and just hold it.
Put defensible positions and hold it.
Okay.
That was last month?
Yeah, so you did that. So you've been through. So, but so far at this point, pretty much the paladins have almost surrounded you like they've been surrounded. They're not engaging. They're not really letting you out, but they're not really trying to get in.
Okay. It's just the siege. That benefits us.
Yeah. So.
They will not engage in any parlay at all.
So. It's like right now, like if you've tested it, if you step past the bulwarks, they will attack you.
Okay.
And if they've taken any, they'll take. I'll say you've lost one Drugar in all this, and they took his body. And any of the mechanical men they've taken.
Okay. Would an intelligence check help to think about why they're doing that?
You can think on it. I'd say they probably have nightmares over trying to figure out why would they want.
I'm already having nightmares on it. 20 plus 4.
Well, the plus doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah,
20. But what do you feel? What's your gut feeling when you lay up at night? What's
I feel like they're trying to make their own clockworks to aid them or to subterfuge us into allowing their clockworks into our ranks.
So there might be trying to do something. So it's been sort of a secret though about the bones. So I'd say that pops in there. It's like, well, do they know about the bones? Maybe the ones that they killed. Maybe they didn't actually kill them. Maybe they're alive and they're so you can ponder that, and we'll talk on some thoughts.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you how long you're there. Probably after another session of the big group.
Okay. If I want to try to join them outside the bubble, is there a method I can do that without some other help?
That's the thing, you don't know if they're out of the bubble or not.
Oh.
But you can believe it. But the thing is, anyone who leaves the bubble, all you gotta do is walk out of it. But you don't know you don't know where, when, how, unless the hag sent them out. That's the only clue that you have. Is the legend of this hag that's in the forest. But more likely, if you went to that hag, you'll get what you want. This hag's always done.
You'll have to barter for it, yeah.
But the cost. So that's something you can think about if you want to go that way.
Okay.
So, and with that, we are done.